If you thought Hollywood drama couldn't get any messier, think again. Chrisean Rock is crashing hard. And this time it's not just about another viral moment or a fleeting feud. Nope. This story has twists, turns, and enough tea to fill an entire season of reality TV. And at the center of it all, none other than Megan Thee Stallion, Blueface, and a whole lot of chaos. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into this messy situation, unpacking every detail, and spilling all the tea. Let's start with the basics. If you've been keeping up with the gossip mill, you might already know that Chrisean Rock and Blueface have one of the most talked about and toxic relationships in Hollywood. These two have been on a roller coaster of drama for years, from paternity disputes to wild public arguments. But now, things are taking a turn that nobody saw coming. Word on the street is that Megan Thee Stallion has entered the chat, and she's allegedly stealing Blueface right out from under Chrisean's nose. Yes, you heard that right. Megan Thee Stallion, the hot girl coach herself, is reportedly at the center of this love triangle. But before we jump to conclusions, let's break it down piece by piece. First off, it's no secret that Chrisean and Blueface's relationship has always been volatile. Their history reads like a soap opera script. There was the infamous paternity test debacle, where Blueface publicly questioned whether he was the father of their child. Then came the arrests, the social media feuds, and even claims of marriage, all adding fuel to the fire. And while some couples might grow stronger after overcoming such hurdles, Chrisean and Blueface seemed to thrive on chaos instead. Their relationship became a spectacle, with fans tuning in for every cringe-worthy update. But recently, something shifted. Blueface started pulling away, and Chrisean found herself scrambling to regain his attention. Enter Megan Thee Stallion. Now, here's where things get spicy. According to insider sources, Blueface has been spending a lot of time with Megan, and whispers of a romance between them have begun circulating online. For Chrisean, this was the ultimate betrayal. Not only did she feel abandoned by her partner, but she also had to watch as rumors swirled about him moving on with someone as high profile as Megan Thee Stallion. To say she was blindsided would be an understatement. In true chaotic fashion, Chrisean took to social media to express her feelings, declaring herself available in what many believe was a desperate attempt to win Blueface back. Unfortunately for her, it didn't work. Instead, her posts only drew more attention to the growing distance between her and Blueface. But wait, there's more. Just when you thought the drama couldn't escalate further, Blueface's family stepped in, and they weren't holding back. Blueface's mom, who has always been vocal about her opinions, made headlines when she seemingly endorsed the idea of her son being with Meghan. She went so far as to thank God for making it possible, saying things like, "They make a cute couple," and even suggesting they have a baby together. Ouch, that's got to sting for Chrisean, especially since Blueface's mom made it clear she was happy to see Chrisean out of the picture. It wasn't just shade, it felt like a full-blown dismissal, and as if that wasn't enough, Blueface's aunt reportedly revealed that he's planning to marry Meghan in 2026. Say what? Whether or not this claim holds water remains to be seen, but it certainly adds another layer of intrigue to the unfolding saga. Meanwhile, Chrisean appears to be trying to move on, or at least that's what she wants us to believe. Lately, she's been spotted cozying up to a mystery man, with reports of date nights and PDA-filled outings. At first glance, it seems like she's found her rebound. However, upon closer inspection, things don't quite add up. Pictures of the pair show her new beau looking less than thrilled, almost as if he'd rather be anywhere else. Is this just a case of bad timing, or is Chrisean clinging to someone who doesn't reciprocate her feelings? Either way, it's clear that her efforts to distract herself from the Blueface Meghan drama haven't exactly panned out the way she hoped. And speaking of distractions, let's talk about Blueface for a moment. While Chrisean struggles to keep her life together, Blueface seems to be living his best life. Whether or not his alleged romance with Meghan is real, one thing is certain: he's moved on, or at least he's acting like he has. His family's enthusiastic support for Meghan suggests that they genuinely believe she could be the one for him, or maybe they're just caught up in the hype. Whatever the case, Blueface isn't losing sleep over Chrisean anymore. He's focused on his future, leaving her stuck in the past. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is this all just a publicity stunt? After all, Chrisean and Blueface have built their brand around controversy. From their explosive arguments to their bizarre declarations of love, they've mastered the art of keeping people talking. Could this entire Megan Thee Stallion storyline be nothing more than a calculated move to stay relevant? It wouldn't be the first time celebrities used fake drama to boost their profiles. Still, there's undeniable tension between these three individuals, and it's hard to ignore the raw emotions bubbling beneath the surface. As the internet continues to dissect every detail, reactions have been mixed. Some fans are eating up the drama, speculating about what might happen next. Others are calling foul, accusing Chrisean and Blueface of manufacturing the entire situation for clout. One Twitter user summed it up perfectly, writing, "This crazy situation really thinks Stankface has a chance at Meghan." Another chimed in, pointing out how uncomfortable Chrisean's new boyfriend looked in photos, saying, "Doesn't even look like he really wants to be there." Clearly, people aren't buying into the narrative, at least not entirely. So what's the takeaway from all of this? At its core, this story highlights the darker side of fame and relationships in the digital age. With millions of eyes watching their every move, celebrities often find themselves trapped in cycles of toxicity and manipulation. For Chrisean, the pressure to maintain her image may have pushed her to extremes, leading to decisions she'll later regret. As for Blueface, his desire for independence seems to clash with his need for validation, creating a perfect storm of confusion and heartbreak. And then there's Meghan, whose involvement in this mess raises questions about boundaries and respect. Ultimately, whether this is real drama or manufactured chaos, one thing is clear: Chrisean Rock is crashing harder than ever before. Her attempts to reclaim her power have backfired spectacularly, leaving her stuck in a limbo of embarrassment and rejection. Meanwhile, Blueface is free to pursue whatever path he chooses, with or without Megan Thee Stallion by his side. And as for the rest of us, well, we're left to pick through the wreckage, piecing together fragments of truth amidst the noise. In the end, this story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of living life in the spotlight. Love, loyalty, and self-respect often take a backseat to clicks, likes, and viral moments. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a sobering reality. Fame can be both a blessing and a curse. For Chrisean, Blueface, and anyone else caught in the crossfire, the road ahead won't be easy. But hey, at least we'll always have the tea to keep us entertained. For Chrisean Rock, the unraveling of her relationship with Blueface has been nothing short of devastating. What started as a passionate, albeit tumultuous, partnership spiraled into public humiliation when rumors of Blueface's alleged romance with Megan Thee Stallion began circulating. The emotional toll of losing not just her partner, but also her sense of stability is palpable. Her attempts to reclaim control, whether through social media declarations or showcasing a new beau, only highlight how deeply she's been affected by the situation. It's a reminder that even those who seem larger than life on social media are still human, vulnerable to heartbreak and rejection just like anyone else. Blueface, on the other hand, seems to have embraced this chapter of his life with a mix of defiance and liberation. Whether or not his connection to Megan Thee Stallion is genuine, it's clear he's ready to move on from the toxicity that defined his past with Chrisean. His family's vocal support for Meghan adds another layer of complexity, suggesting that they see her as someone who could bring positivity into his life. However, the question remains, is Blueface truly seeking meaningful connections, or is he simply chasing the next big headline? Given his history of courting controversy, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. Then there's Megan Thee Stallion, whose involvement in this saga has sparked endless debates online. Known for her confidence, talent, and unapologetic persona, Meghan represents a stark contrast to the drama-ridden dynamics between Chrisean and Blueface. Some fans admire her for staying silent amidst the swirling rumors, while others wonder if her alleged link to Blueface is part of a calculated move to expand her reach in the hip-hop world. Regardless of her intentions, one thing is certain: her name being tied to this scandal ensures she remains a topic of conversation. What makes this entire ordeal so compelling and troubling is how it plays out in real time on social media. Every cryptic post, every paparazzi photo, and every offhand comment becomes fodder for speculation. In today's digital age, celebrities don't just live their lives, they perform them for an audience hungry for drama. This constant scrutiny creates an environment where personal struggles are magnified, relationships are reduced to sound bites, and healing takes a backseat to virality. Moreover, this story underscores the blurred lines between reality and performance in celebrity culture. Are these events unfolding organically, or are they carefully choreographed to keep fans engaged? After all, Chrisean and Blueface have built careers around exploiting their personal lives for content. Their feud-turned-saga has kept them relevant in an industry notorious for its fleeting attention span. The same goes for Meghan, whose star power only amplifies the intrigue surrounding her supposed entanglement with Blueface. It's impossible to ignore the possibility that some aspects of this drama may be exaggerated, or even fabricated for clout. But beyond the spectacle lies a deeper issue: the mental health implications of living under such intense scrutiny. Publicly navigating breakups, betrayals, and infidelity must take a psychological toll, especially when millions weigh in with unsolicited opinions. For Chrisean, the pressure to maintain her image as a strong, independent woman clashes with her obvious pain and vulnerability. Blueface's apparent nonchalance might mask unresolved issues from his own past, while Meghan risks damaging her reputation simply by association. Fame promises wealth and adoration, but it demands sacrifices that few are prepared to make. As outsiders looking in, it's tempting to pick sides or assign blame. Should we sympathize with Chrisean, who appears to be fighting for dignity in the face of betrayal, or should we celebrate Blueface for finally breaking free from a toxic cycle? And what about Meghan? Does she deserve criticism for inserting herself into someone else's mess, or should she be praised for pursuing happiness on her terms? Ultimately, these questions reveal more about us than they do about the individuals involved. We're drawn to chaos because it distracts us from our own lives, offering a temporary escape through someone else's misfortune. Yet, amid all the noise, there's an opportunity for reflection. This saga reminds us that relationships, celebrity or otherwise, are complex and multifaceted. They require communication, trust, and mutual respect, qualities that seem absent in this particular triangle. It also highlights the importance of boundaries, especially in an era where oversharing has become the norm. While it's entertaining to follow along, it's crucial to remember that real people are at the center of this storm, grappling with emotions and decisions that will shape their futures. So where does this leave us? Will Chrisean find peace and rebuild her life away from the shadow of her failed relationship? Can Blueface truly start anew without repeating the same mistakes? And will Meghan emerge unscathed from this whirlwind of gossip and speculation? Only time will tell. Until then, we watch, speculate, and dissect every detail, fueling the very machine that keeps stories like this alive. And perhaps that's the most unsettling truth of all: as much as we criticize the toxicity and dysfunction on display, we're complicit in perpetuating it. Our insatiable appetite for drama ensures that tales of heartbreak, betrayal, and redemption continue to dominate headlines. Fame may offer a platform, but it also exposes its participants to relentless judgment and scrutiny. For Chrisean, Blueface, and Meghan, the challenge now is to rise above the noise and focus on what truly matters: their well-being, growth, and future. Because at the end of the day, no amount of clout or controversy can replace genuine happiness and fulfillment.